Hello everyone. So welcome back. So I'm with new lesson for leadership, and this is will be my fourth lesson on leadership. So far we learned um, about what are the basic ingredients of leader and the difference between the manager and leader. And in my previous class, I gave an introduction to the leadership theories. Though we did not discuss in detail about the leadership theory, we saw what are all the leadership theories are there. Now in this lesson we will learn about each and every leadership theory. In fact, we will see all the leadership theory in detail. Okay. So first is the great man theory, which was there before 1940s. In fact, the great man theory was a part of the 19th century contribution. It was contributed by a person called Thomas Carlyle, and he actually made this famous quote: "A leader is the one gifted with unique qualities that capture the imagination of the masses." Okay, so leaders possess some unique gifted. Gifted means they are given by nature. Okay, the great man theory states that excellent leaders are born, not developed. And this type of leaders, no, they often possess qualities like intelligence, courage, confidence, intuition, charm. So these kind of qualities are attributed to these leaders, which they inherit as naturally. It is part of their heredity. So basically, the assumption of great man theory is leaders are born and not made, and they possess certain traits like this. Okay, and these kind of leaders rise, they have these qualities and they rise as a leader when there is a need. Okay, you could find lot of top sport personalities, politicians, and big company executives, top executives in big multinational companies. Some people do have some qualities which are not present among a lot of other people who are trying to become something like them. For example, if you find a sports person like Federer, no, you will find he has some natural qualities, some natural charisma. Uh, for example, and some politicians, okay, some executives, top executives like certain executives like Apple, mm, Steve Jobs, like that. Okay, so some people are said to, by this theory, are born. So this is the assumption of this theory: are born with certain natural gift. Okay, uh, see, even today, people believe that leaders, the people who lead in any profession, no, the leaders, no, they are not like other people. They possess something extra. Okay, the only thing that is in contention is whether that they learnt that or whether they inherited that. And even today, some people believe that certain traits are inherited by birth. Okay, certain like intelligence. Okay, uh, charisma, and something like that. Okay, you cannot have extraordinary intelligence. Of course, you could develop if you have some intelligence, but some people have some extraordinary intelligence, extraordinary memory like that. No, these kind of been might have inherited. So this great man theory, although it is highly questionable because it makes some bold assumption that leaders are only born and not cannot be learned like made. Okay, and the criticism about this theory is it was made in the 19th century, and the title itself says great man, so it is male centered, and some of the qualities that the traits that they prescribe, no, like courage, dominance, and other thing, assertiveness, and other, all things look like more like masculine traits, okay, attributed to males. In fact, when later on some women became leaders, only then they changed this theory to the great person theory. Okay, so in fact these days we find that um, there is more other traits which are not masculine in character as part of also leaders traits. Okay, so this theory, although it was discredited because it is making bold assumption that leaders are born and not made, it has still has something to consider. Okay, basing based on the great man theory, the next setup of theory came. That is what the main focus of today's lesson. Okay, which is trait theories. Okay, um, this came around the 1940s. Okay, building on the, so they also said leaders have certain natural qualities, natural traits which make them leaders. Okay, the trait it is also say that leaders possess some natural traits. Okay, you could find in fact these trait theories say, no, throughout history there are people like Buddha, Gandhi, Vivekananda, Nehru, Kamarajar, MGR, Indira Gandhi, all these people, know, these people have some traits like charisma, they are courageous, they are enthusiastic, and some of these traits, no, and these kind of traits uh, they have as natural qualities, and this makes them leaders. Okay, so again they say natural qualities, that means it is possessed by uh, only certain people like that. Okay, uh, it is more like inherited. Okay, although it doesn't mention like a great man theory that leaders are born and not made, it says that leaders possess some natural qualities which we cannot find in others, normal people. Okay, so it focuses on a leader's personal qualities and characteristics. Okay, so this trait theory is lot of research done in this angle to find to identify what trait makes a leader, what are all the traits that a leader possesses. Okay, they wanted to study. Okay, leadership study was done. That is how theories come. Okay, so they studied in the aspect of what are all the physiological thing that the leaders have, for example, appearance, height, weight. Okay, what are the demographic like age, education, their socioeconomic background, what are all the personality, whether they are dominant personality, whether they are self-confident, whether they are aggressive, and the intellectual abilities like intelligence, judgment, knowledge, decisiveness, and their task related, task oriented, like achievement drive, initiative, and persistence when things go wrong. Their social characteristics, their ability to get along with people, their ability to collaborate and cooperate with people, and they studied in this angle what are all the things that makes a leader, what are all the traits that a leader possesses. Okay, and this study to find some common traits, no, what leaders possess some common trait, the theory is like that, no, they wanted to find what common traits that the leaders possess, but their studies could not find any particular common traits, rather they find a lot of traits. Okay, in fact nearly 80 leadership traits they found in the 1960s. Okay, and on this 80 leadership traits, only some 5 6 are common to all leaders. So different leaders possess different traits. So this led to some sort of a dead end for the study. Okay, and in 1974, a person named Rolf Stockdale, no, he actually came up with the list of traits. Okay, he describes that a person becomes leader or a successful person if he has some drive, if he has some extraordinary energy, if he is creative, if he has ability to get along with people, like his drive to work with people. Okay, um, the self confidence that they possess, the willingness to accept risk when they make a decision, their ability to communicate with others, willingness to tolerate frustration and delay. Okay, uh, the ability to influence other person's behavior. Okay, so all these kind of qualities, they he said that if a leader possess these kind of things, he they will become leader. Okay, in fact, he narrowed it down to 5 qualities. Okay, the 5 are: a leader has high intelligence and scholarship, okay, knowledge and other things. He has some physical traits, like they are very energetic. Okay, they can work for leaders can know they could work for nearly 16 hours, 20 hours per 16 hours per day. We heard no in Tamil Nadu the previous Chief Minister Karunanidhi, no, he is actually said to sleep per day only for 3 hours or 4 hours. He works nearly for 16 hours to 17 hours per day. Okay, so leaders usually have such extraordinary energy, and they have a personality, a charisma. If you find leaders, no, leaders like MGR or Karunanidhi, you will find they have some charisma, a personality, a different things. Okay, that is not prevalent among lot of people. If you could, you they they have this charisma to pull people, either because of their communication skill, or because of their look, or because of their action. For example, people like Kamarajar, no, because of their selflessness and the concern for people and integrity. So they develop some personality traits. Okay, and they are very good at getting along with people, a natural gift to mingle and get along with people. Okay, in fact, for some people, social situations are highly uncomfortable. Lot of peoples, in fact, for them, how to get along with other peoples itself is to be learnt. Okay, but leaders are very good at getting along with people and managing and even influencing the behavior of others. Okay, and they are also driven, they are high driven, they are having huge ambition to succeed. So these are all the 5 traits that the Rolf Stockdale mentioned. Similarly, Edwin Locke, another management thinker, the man who came up with the goal setting theory of motivation, and he also said that successful leaders possess certain a set of core characteristics, and they are different from normal people. Okay, and he said that these core traits, no, not solely determine whether a person will become a leader or become a successful leader, effective leader. Rather, it shows some potential. If somebody possesses these kind of traits, they will having the potential to become a leader. Whether they become a leader and whether they succeed is a different thing. He came up with some similar traits. Actually, it is very similar to Rolf Stockdale. It is nothing but drive. Again, they have a high level of effort, they have a high level of energy, they have a high level of ambition, they have a high level of initiative. Okay, these are all qualities associated with these are all traits the leaders possess. They are having motivation, okay, and intense desire to successful and to lead others. Okay, they are honesty, they have honesty and integrity. Leaders actually are people with some character. Okay, and they have self confidence about themselves. They are very good at setting goals and achieving it, and they are very good at presenting themselves in different situations. Okay. mm, they have the cognitive ability, intelligence. So and they also know what they are doing, whatever business or any work they carry, no, they are very good at it. Okay, any job if they do it with excellent. Okay, high understanding, and they all know all the details about it, any job. They also having a high intelligence, conceptually skilled, and good judgment and all these things. So apart from this, they also possess traits like charisma, creativity and all these things. Okay, so if you find the leadership, the trait theories, no, they were trying to find a lot traits that makes leaders, and but the problem is they are coming up with lot of traits. Okay, they cannot come up with some few factors, and for everyone when I give some information, they are giving different set of traits. Okay, so there are many traits, and uh, uh, there are everyone's list include a few or things that others is not listing. So it is highly confusing state of assess. But the trait theory, where some things were very clear about it, that leaders have some quality or characteristics or trait that normal people don't possess. Okay, and at this point of time in the 1990s, what the trade theories did was, when they were facing this kind of confusion state, no, they tried to identify all the traits, the different traits, no, that they found which leaders possess, no, which to put into the a personality theory called the Big Five personality framework. Okay, if you haven't know what is a Big Five personality theory, I would recommend you to learn about it. I will put even a lesson about it if I get a time. But it is nothing but it's a personality theory, Big Five personality theory, in which there are five major characteristics, which says that uh, it is a part of a personality of any person could have these five. Either the five factors are extraversion. Extraversion is getting along with people, being along with people like that, socially outgoing person. Okay, highly energetic and in contrast, there is in other end, in the extraversion, there is other end called introversion. So in the extraversion, a person could be high on extraversion or low on extraversion. If he is a low on extraversion, that is called introversion. Introvert, people who don't like to get along with people, who like solitary activities. Okay. Similarly, the second characteristics of Big Five is agreeableness. People who are highly friendly and cooperative with others. In contrast, there can also be people who are highly critical and rational. Okay, they are not highly, they are judgmental and rigid. Okay, similarly there are people who are, the third characteristics is openness to experience. Okay, some people are highly curious and shows initiative. Okay, high, but others will not be that openness to experience. They are very cautious. They don't engage in new activities. They don't show initiative. Okay, like that. The fourth characteristics of Big Five personality is conscientiousness. Conscientiousness is highly efficient, organized in doing their work and doing it in time, like that. Okay. Similarly, there could be people who are highly careless and wasting time, like that. Okay, so there could be people like that. The fifth characteristics of Big Five personality is neuroticism. People who could be high on sensitive and nervous on about things. There could be people who are highly confident and highly resilient. Okay, again here also people who are high on confident, resilient, and people who are sensitive and nervous. So these these five characteristics are there. In this five characteristics, people may be high on low, and the high people are called as better personality. Okay, here what the trait theorists did was they clubbed these traits in the five personality characteristics. Okay, so they were able to put a lot of traits in under these different these five traits, five personality. For example, a person who is energetic, a person who has social skills will be put under the extraversion. Okay, so similarly, a person who is showing initiative, a person who is highly work centered will put under openness to experience. And there is also agreeableness, people who are like to get along with people, and people who work hard will be put under the conscientiousness. Okay, so this kind of clubbing under this personality framework led them to get some idea. So basically they said then people who are high in extraversion, the personality, no, these people will have good leadership skill. They can become, they are high leadership qualities. Okay, similarly people who are high in conscientiousness, like getting the task done, doing it with care, doing it in time, and people who are openness to experience, that is curious and showing initiative, no, these types of people are said to possess characteristics to become leader. In contrast, people who don't possess these kind of skills, people who are neurotic, like sensitive and those kind of characteristics, no, the opposite of the big five. Okay, in the big five, some people may be high on those characteristics, some people may be low. Okay, so that is the personality theory. And when they club the traits in this big five, people who have high qualities like in the extraversion, conscientiousness, and openness to experience, no, these people have potential for leaders. So that is how the trait theory was able to come up with some conclusion. So finally, the trait theory, although it didn't provide a common list, it is 100% sure that the leaders have some trait which is not available, which is not present in the ordinary persons. Leaders have some trait which is special or for them. Okay, that is a given. But that what the trait theories did not did was, they did not say which of these traits will be a major factor in becoming a leader. For example, they are saying different traits, no, intelligence, drive, and other thing, charisma, and all things. No, what is the trait about which will contribute? They did not compare the different traits. Okay, that they didn't did. These are all the criticism of trait theories. And they also ignored the subordinates, the followers. They didn't care about the followers. They said that a person who is possessing a trait will become a leader. A leader needs a followers. Okay, just because a person who's having some traits, characteristics, which by which he could actually get along with people, and he may even have qualities that people may like. That, but that doesn't mean followers are not important. So it didn't care about the followers, the trait theories. It didn't mention anything about the followers. Okay, and it also did not consider about the situational factors. In fact, later on, the style of leader and the situational things of environmental factors also played a role in leaders. Okay, so this theory, although it is incomplete, it does offer something by the way it says that when you possess certain traits, that is certain traits, there is a potential for that person to become a leader. Okay, and it is also important, the traits will predict that there is a chance of a leadership, becoming a leader or emergence of leader, but it does not say anything about In fact, it does not mention about anything about whether he will become an effective leader or ineffective leader. So that study was not done, or what trait makes an effective leader, or what traits will be like that. It did not make any comparison. Okay, but it gives some understanding. So leaders possess something, some traits which are not possessed by normal persons. Okay, so leaders have something, some traits in special. So it is an incomplete theory, we could say. Okay, in my next class we will learn about the next theory, which look after the style of leader, which is the behavioral theories. Okay, bye.